What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the Tantalized One. I'm in the car. I'm on my morning break from work. Listen, how? How is this even able to happen? Now, I know has controlling interest in the company. He still has the stocks. What he basically did was he got back some people with some stocks, put them back in a position of power with him. They got rid of some other stockholders. And now Vince is back in charge. This means a lot for the WWE. I think everybody better buckle up because this is going to be a court battle. I believe that this is going to get ugly for wrestling. I believe the WWE that we know may be in trouble. We don't know if they're going to fight this. If Triple H, Stephanie, Nick Khan, we don't know if they're on board. We don't know anything. We know this much. Vince wants to sell. Vince wants to sell the company. Now, that might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Here's my thing. And, we have to realize this, guys. This is wrestling. And we all know the backstage inner workings of wrestling. We know how it works. We know that there's always drama, storyline drama. Who's booking what? Who's in charge? Who's a better booker? Who's running the better show? Is SmackDown better than Raw? Is Raw better than SmackDown? Is NXT what it used to be? There's so many different aspects of wrestling. AEW, is it better? Is Rampage? There's so many things. Who's the better wrestler? Is it better to see entertainment? Who's the better face of the company? There's so much, and I'm driving, guys, just so you know. There's so much wrong with wrestling and right with wrestling. Now, everybody can have an opinion, and everyone's entitled to one. And I'm going to give my opinion. And I've noticed something that in my travels and in my short YouTube career, I have, believe it or not, I've bitten my tongue on certain things. I have. Because in this business, you can't burn bridges because you never know who you're going to work for. You know. But sometimes at the end of the day, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So let's start at the beginning. We all know that Vince has had a history of extramarital affairs. At least that's what it's been reported. And I don't know for a fact. I don't know. We all know the storylines with Trish Stratus, and that was storyline. But we also heard the rumblings from rumors and from court documents that Vince had some extramarital affairs that were consensual. Now, here's the thing, guys. I am nobody's marriage counselor. I am no one to judge or anybody on marriage and being faithful. Okay? That's not what I do. We've all done our dirt. We've all broke the rules. We've all fallen short. That's great. That's fine. We're human beings. We're not perfect. That's not the issue. Issue is this. When you're in a position of power, and no, I don't have my seatbelt on. When you're in a position of power, like Vincent Kennedy McMahon was, is, whatever, past tense, present tense, you control people's lives. You control their pocketbooks. You control their careers. If you can't tell me that, now I'm pretty sure women they say, look, I'll get to sleep with Vince. I can get further in my career. Or I just like Vince and I want to sleep. Like like we said, if you're a consensual adult, you have every right to do what you want to do, as long as you both consent. Not a problem. The problem is when it affects the people around you. The problem is when it affects other people in the company. So let's use this as an example. I'm Tantalized Tony. I'm in charge of the Tantalized Tony show. And now I have someone that works under me. We'll use the name. We'll use the name Stephanie. And Stephanie works under me. Stephanie and me get along great. We're great colleagues, whatever, right? But now Stephanie and me start a little, little thing going on. And now Stephanie says to me, "Hey, tantalizing, my brother, he's a great podcaster. He'd love to come on. He'd love to, get a spot on the show." Now I'm in a relationship with this girl, or, an entanglement. What's up, Jada? An entanglement, and now I'm compromised, or maybe I'm not compromised. And say, yeah, let's do this, and I bump out Blackwell for this guy, or I bump out Richie, or bump out Grace for this guy. Those are my codes for people watching for the first time. It doesn't just affect the people in the relationship; it affects the people around them. We don't know why Sasha Banks and Naomi left. So when you have stuff like this where it's involved in a work environment, we've seen a lot of people lose their jobs over relationships. The people over at ABC, Good Morning America, those people. Matt Lauer lost his job for sexually harassing people. Bill O'Reilly, Harvey Weinstein's in jail. And I'm not saying Vince is doing anything criminal, because if these people are considered adults, fine. But then why the non-disclosure agreements? Why the NDAs? Which takes me to this. You sign an NDA, you're not supposed to talk about it, right? It means everything that happens stays behind closed doors. Great, fine. Then why do we know about this stuff? Who's leaking? Who's leaking these things? Why do we hear about these things? Because nobody can keep their mouth shut. Which means you're going to give us part of the story, give us the full story. Let's hear it all. Great. I got a great segment. Wait a minute. This is great. So look, Mr. Brock Mosby, the winner of the AEW title last night. So we're live right now on YouTube. Have you heard the news that Vince is back in charge?
What kind of nonsense? Oh, wow. How did that even happen?
So basically what he did was he still had his stock options. He still had his stock.
Well, yeah.
He brought 2 other people in that had stock as well and ousted the other guys. And so now he did a power play.
So he just sank the company is what he just did.
Well, he's trying to sell. He wants to sell. He's trying to sell it. He wants to make sure he gets his money. He wants to make sure he gets paid. I don't know if he's going to sell it to Triple H and Stephanie. I don't know if Nick...
They don't have enough money to buy it.
Right. They're going to get somebody... They might need Universal or Disney or somebody else. What I think he's trying to do is, and I got this from WaltCulture.com, made a great comment that Vince might want to sell and still have controlling interests, get paid, and still be in charge. Because Disney, Universal, Amazon, they don't know how to run a wrestling business. They need somebody to... Huh?
No,
but they don't know that. So
he just basically gave the WWE a death sentence. He just basically stabbed it in the chest.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, and you're a wrestling fan. And you were at the show last night. Great show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen.
Wonderful.
Listen. Brock won the raffle. Brock won the AEW title, which is so funny because he hates AEW. I thought it was so ironic, but. He knows his wrestling, so I'm gonna ask him this question. I know you, and we're at work right now, guys. Like I said, we work for Red Clay. He's dropping a meal. We got time. We're doing our jobs. I'm on a break. Relax, everybody. Calm down. So with Vince and the non-disclosure agreements with these women, right? How do you feel about that? All these women that he has sexually harassed or allegedly harassed. How can he be back in charge, and how is he not canceled?
That's a question that really it's just hanging out there. It's a wonder that all the people that were still on the board didn't try to buy him out, because he was driving. It was obvious he was driving stocks down. He wasn't good for business at all. He's still not good for business. I'm sure they looked at their portfolios today and realized their stocks had dropped about 10 to 20 points.
I gotta stop you right there. So once Vince made the announcement last night that he's trying to come back, the stocks jumped.
Jumped
high.
That's impossible.
It did. I can show you the footage when I get off the phone. They jumped considerably. You asking me? I don't know.
Absolutely makes no sense.
Zero. It jumped though.
Because they were complaining. How's a guy they know is bad unless they know he's going to sell? I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But it's sad. I mean, good thing I was weeding off of him anyway. I was mostly just watching NXT, so I'll continue to do that. But I feel bad because all the guys that thought they had a chance that Triple H brought back and was given an opportunity, and he just basically poo-pooed on all their storylines and dreams because he doesn't know how to run a business. He never has.
Kira,
no, that's true. Not never has, but doesn't.
Kira's in the chat because we can't talk because I'm doing it for now. But she put this in for me. She goes, McMahon, who remains the controlling shareholder of the wrestling organization, plans to return to the company to fully capitalize on the upcoming media right negotiations, he announced. Wow. So thank you, Kira, for that. Kira's still producing even though she's not on the show. So basically what I said is a power play. He's trying to get all his ducks in a row, get controlling interests, sell, stay in charge.
So Tony Khan just won the war by,
stupidity.
Yeah, he just bumbled into it.
Here's my question too, and it's also a statement. How come no one's standing up? Like where the workers? Where are the boys and the girls backstage saying, "Yeah, we're not working for him"?
They probably are. I mean, there's going to be a mass firing. You know there is. There's going to be a mass firing. Once he gets back in charge and gets his feet planted, he's going to start all the people that Triple H brought back. He's going to let them go again. He's going to let them go because they came back because he wasn't there. He's going because he's very petty. He's a petty man, like like most billionaires like that are. So he's going to fire most of them. He's going to lessen Stephanie and Triple H's jobs, push them down to basically almost nothing, because they did that and tried to rise up and prove they were better than him and actually were successful.
And his ego got bruised.
His ego got bruised. So he's gonna punish them. Maybe not so much Stephanie as he will Triple H, and all Triple H's friends, everybody he hired back. He's probably gonna fire Road Dogg. He's gonna bring Johnny Ace back. He's just gonna turn the whole thing, or give Bruce Pritchard a bigger position. Jeez. It's all gonna turn upside down. He's the WWE just basically took a kick in the butt right now, a real serious kick in the butt, and all over money. The investors think that he's gonna be good for business, but well, he will be because he'll sell and he'll make them money. So bottom line,
it's a money grab.
It's a money grab. That's all they're concerned with.
So
not the business, not what's good for the business, but what's good for their pockets.
Here's what's crazy, guys, and I want to say this. Let me get to the chat first. My good friend Sam says, so wrestling in WWE is going to suck again. Y'all just messed up my day, LOL. Kira says, McMahon said that his return is necessary as the company gears up for negotiations over media rights and strategic alternatives. I don't even know what that means, but I want to say this. Guys, I've been trying to get Brock on the show since the show started, and by happenstance, I'm driving to my midday job at the school, and Brock's coming out. I think it was destined to happen. Brock's a very, very, very low key guy. He doesn't like to be on camera. But as you know, Brock should have been the first co-host of the Taylor Lies and Tony show. He didn't want to do it. But
I'll be a behind the scenes guy. If he wants to offer me something like that, maybe come in on a little bit here, give us manlets, I'll do that.
He's very good. He knows his stuff, and we differ on a lot of opinions, which is great too. So we go at it like me and Black will do.
Yeah, we do. So. The show is excellent. The people you have, you made a good choice, better than me. The people that you have co-hosting, well,
anyway, it's okay.
The people you have co-hosting are excellent. You guys have a great dynamic. I was entertained. I'm always entertained by you, but that was really entertaining.
Last night, listen, not to boost my chest, but I am a egomaniac.
Yeah, you are.
I am. Listen, I'm not going to deny. At least I'm one of the people that I admit that I want to be in charge and I deserve what I'm doing. But let me tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. People like you, and I got to thank a few people, but Brock was telling me, man, you got this, man. You are talented. Go for it, man. Like, I waited a long time not to do this.
Yeah.
People like you, my friend BJ Wright, Norris Naza, Ethan Guevara from Mania Club, who I'm going to talk to later, they boosted me. They told me, go, man, go for this. And I'm not going to lie. Everybody on YouTube should be worried about me. They should be scared because I'm coming for all the money and all the subscribers.
As you should.
And I am. But enough about me. I know you got to go, Brock. But look, I just want to say this. So, in your opinion, this is a bad move?
For the investors, probably not. For the rest of us.
For us
wrestling fans, yes. Yes, it's a bad move.
We're in trouble. Now, Kira put in the chat that Vince has no Hold on, where was it? Vince also says he's not going to mess with Triple H creative and talent relationship.
Who actually believes that?
Now nobody believes that, correct?
Who believes that?
Julie wants to know if Triple H and Stephanie be in charge. We'll see. Kira says the moves would require 3 existing members to vacate their board seats. The board previously rebuffed an attempt from McMahon to return to the company, but he retains the majority of the voting power.
And those are the people he got rid of. The ones who were strongest, who probably opposed him the strongest, who are voicing their opinion that he shouldn't come back. Those are people he got rid of because he's petty. That's what he does.
Hunter, thank you. Kira Smith, thank you, Hunter, for that comment. Look, first of all, Brock, thank you for being impromptu co-host. Appreciate that. This is Brock. This is my man, Brock M. We ain't gonna give his government out. He knows his stuff. He knows his. We're gonna get him on the show one day, probably around WrestleMania time, because I probably get him to watch WrestleMania at least, But he's what Brock is a real big wrestling fan that has been, turned off by the product because the product has sucked.
Yeah, I don't want to say turned off. I still try to watch other things. I can't. It's in my blood. I'm not going to really get rid of it. It hurts because I've been not lifelong, but since middle school, a WWE fan. And once it got in my system, it stayed. So it kind of hurts to see it go the way it's going right now. It hurts to see. I mean, it was good now under Triple H, who I didn't like as a wrestler, but like as his position he has now. Not a fan of Stephanie's, but they were doing well. The possibilities were endless. I even saw a deal maybe at some point down the road with New Japan and WWE happening. As much as New Japan wanted to fight, I thought the WWE kept going up.
I still think they got something going on in the background.
Well, they probably did until Vince probably said he was coming back, and that probably put water right on the fire.
Yeah.
So who knows what will happen at this point, because he doesn't believe anything should exist outside the WWE. No wrestling ever existed anywhere except for when he stepped in. I mean, look at the way they revised history. Wrestling was before Vince got out there, wrestling was wrestling. You were wrestling, they were wrestling in pool halls and stuff like that. We all know that NWA was in coliseums and everything. And I wasn't even an NWA fan then, but you can't revise history. It is what it is.
Mid-South was great.
Yeah.
Not to mention
AWA,
yes,
USWA.
USWA, yep.
I mean, yeah. So the revisionist history that he and his cronies like to tell is kind of irritating. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But the outlook doesn't look good. Not really. Not for a fan. I mean, if you're invested, probably.
Yeah, I'm worried because WrestleMania is right around the corner, and we might, he sells to the wrong company. We may not see WrestleMania anymore. We might not see wrestling. We might have to watch AEW.
If he sells to Disney, they'll try and keep it going as much as possible, the way it is. Most of the people, I'm not a big fan of Disney, but I've worked for them. Most of the people there in those higher up positions, they like money as well. They'll want the business to thrive if they buy it. So they'll definitely try to find someone that They won't do like TNT did with WCW. They'll put somebody in charge.
See, I don't have faith in corporations.
No,
I don't.
And probably you shouldn't. But
WCW was not great, but during the time of the NWO when they had that era, it was great. Now the problem was they gave so much money to everybody and buried the company, bankrupt themselves.
Well,
but
it's called the Vince syndrome. Everybody that gets a little bit of money and once they challenge him, they just start losing their head. They try to beat him so bad, they just start making all kinds of mistakes.
I want those mistakes.
He's not. I mean. No company should be trying to beat him. I mean, you should just be trying to make the best product possible.
Right.
And eyeballs will come. And if you never beat them, even if you stay number 2 company, as long as you're doing the best you can do, eyeballs are going to come over there. I turn to Impact when I can find it. I turn to, I do watch AEW Dark every once in a great while. Don't tell anybody. Cut that off. Edit that. But I do watch it, because I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm curious about it. I'm not a fan of the people in charge or most of their top wrestlers, but I do watch it because I'm a fan of wrestling, so I like to know what's happening around the world when I can find it and catch it. So I wish that the people who come up their goal should not be to challenge him or want to beat the WWE or want to be the next WWE. Just be like you said to a certain fan.
The wrestler. Be the best you can be.
Be the best you can be. Be the best you can be. And the eyeballs
Rhea Roman.
Right.
I got his name. Not Rhea Roman.
Rhea Roman.
Rhea Roman.
Rhea Roman. Right. The champion. He's a champion, right?
He's a champion.
So to be the best you can be, and that's what they should be. Eyeballs will come, and if you beat him, that's great. If you don't, but ultimately you're going to want those wrestlers. So why do you want to poo-poo on any company? Because wrestlers jump around. So poo-poo on a company, that doesn't make sense to me. Just you do the best you can do, get the eyeballs, and they'll come if they want to come. If they don't, they're ultimately, if you beat them, they're ultimately going to come to you anyway, probably. So I mean, come on.
Brock, not to cut you, but you got a great comment. Thomas Akers, who is a longtime fan of the show, he says, I don't know who this guy is, but keep bringing him back, Tony. I told you, Brock.
Thank you.
Brock, you're really good. I need you on the show. I need you. You're great,
Like
man.
I said, I'm not trying to come on your other commentators. They're great guys.
Listen, we have segments, bro. We do segments
I have
too,
no
bro.
problem with that, man.
We
Hey,
run it.
over there. Pipe down. Calm down.
Please tell me. Look, everybody's saying facts. Everybody love you. This is Brock, everybody. Brock will be on the show, guys. He will be coming on the show, guys. This news is not fake. It's true. Yes, I'm serious. Hunter says there's gonna be a power struggle. Yeah.
No, because he's just going to push out whoever's in his way.
But I think that what I'm thinking is that they're gonna try to gang together and get enough shares, because maybe they got enough shares to maybe even them. And then if they're even,
They do. I mean, they're going to look. He's not going to come back if he doesn't have a clear cut way of winning. He's coming back because he can win. If he couldn't win, he wouldn't do it. So
he's got Stephanie.
Right. Yeah, he's because he can win. And Stephanie and Triple H are not going to challenge him.
They're
not going to do it. Even if they wanted to, they're not going to do it.
I think they're waiting them out.
The only person that would have challenged him is his son.
It's Shane.
Right. Shane would have challenged him.
Here comes the money.
But he made sure that didn't happen. So we're in for a wild ride. If you're a WWE fan, it's like kind of when you're an Eagles fan, you just got to hang on. It's for a wild ride. So we'll see what happens. We hope for the best. Even if he does sell and does whatever he's trying to do, we still hope for the best and hope for a brighter future for the company. Because, like I said, I've been a WWE fan, and while I like wrestling in general, period, from amateur to the pros, you still want. I don't want any company to go out of business. Maybe AEW to drop a couple points, but I don't want anybody to go out of business. Not even AEW. I don't even want them to go out of business. Because the more wrestling there is, the better it is for us fans.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say I'm out. Stay tantalizing.
Wow. Thank you, Brock. Everybody, that was Brock. Brock, thank you, buddy. Wow, guys, that was my friend Brock. That was awesome that Brock even bothered to, come on. I mean, look, Brock is a very quiet guy. He's at work right now. I'm pulling up to work right now. I'm going to stay on a little while, take some questions, and we'll get out of here. What do you guys think about this? First of all, if you think Brock was great as a co-host, type in the chat, hell yeah. Because Brock killed it. TNT says, Bro 77, what's he doing in WWE? Black Wolf says, hell yeah. Meow Nation, meow, right on. Yeah, Brock was good. Brock's getting the gravitas, everybody. He's got the gravitas. Let me know what you guys think. So, he does have a radio voice, Sam. He does. He's got the radio voice. He is great. Listen, all I can say is this, and there's Brock pulling off everybody. Waving to everybody. That's awesome. Like I said, told you guys last night, Brock's one of the best bus drivers we have, and he's a great. I have some time before I got to go in. So Tony just says the chairman of the board has come back. Are you happy about that, Tony? Because this Tony is not. I think that Sam made a great point. Sam said, I believe, what? So WWE's gonna suck again? Yeah, get ready for Manitor and the Goon and the Gobbledygooker and who else? Who else was crappy back in the day? Duke the Dumpster Drosy and all these stupid gimmicks. Not the wrestlers, just the gimmicks, Black Wolf says, do you think Vince will force him back into the old spots? Will he stay in the boardroom? Hopefully he stays in the boardroom, but who knows? Rematch Raw coming soon. Guys, this is bad news in my opinion. I don't know Vince McMahon. He's apparently done great. But I worry about this. I worry about what it says to our kids. It says to our kids that you can treat women any type of way, get away with it, and then no ramifications. That's to me the big picture. Let me see if I missed anything. Did Chrissy come in? I might have missed I hate when I miss things. What's up, Wrestling with Savage? I didn't mean not to acknowledge you, bro. Ted Cox said Vince McMahon is returning is why he's the greatest heel in history. Oof, that's deep. Oh, Ronald said, well, there's a board. The board said he's not in charge, blah, blah, blah. Ronald said this earlier. The board is saying he's not in charge, but he is in charge. So, you know. Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling because I'm on my phone. Just making sure I don't miss any chats because you guys took the time to come on in the morning. So I definitely want to make sure I got to everything. Sam says, hold on. AW, Eric Douglas says, AW just got a massive late Christmas present. True. Sam Gonzalez says, nah, if you got money and lots of money, you can get away with it. Sam, my friend, my brother, you are so right about that. Money talks. Black Wolf says, I think the fans and talent will absolutely revolt if he tries to make full control. I would love to see the fans. Not the fans are going to walk out because I'm going to keep watching. But I would love for the workers to say, you know what? Let's not do this. Let's walk. And I mean all of them. But it won't happen. Thomas Akers says, Vince said he received bad advice on retiring. That's why he wants to come back. Hunter Iggy says, Vince released a statement saying he's not going to touch creative. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Tony says, rest in peace, NXT Black and Gold and White. Hello, NXT 3.0. Yeah. Oh, wow. Kira, I know you are still watching. You have any other thing that would be any kind of pertaining important information? And I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit the likes, share the channel, guys. I know that What Culture Wrestling and everybody got to jump on me. I was on the bus and I couldn't do it. I knew about the story. I have, just so you guys know, I do have an inside guy at WWE. And I knew 2 hours ago, but I couldn't put anything up because I was driving. What I should have done was call Kira and tell her what to say and go live with the show. But she did so much last night at the Bertucci show. Her and Bobby did such a great job last night. So I didn't want to bother them. They did a great job. They were backstage, which was a big deal. They made sure everything ran properly. People don't realize that just because you're sitting in front of a camera talking, there's other things going on. There was an actual call sheet on what times things were being done. There may be a chance, Black Wolf says, there may be a chance that WWE buys out his shares and outright if the shares start to tank today. Those shares are not gonna go up. We're gonna do a show about this later. I don't know if I'm gonna actually be on the show in the studio later because I may have to help somebody out. But we will have a full show tonight for SmackDown. We may have a show earlier in the day. Kira says WWE has an WWE has an exceptional management team in place. The man said, I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, or responsibility. Okay. We'll see. I hope Mr. McMahon doesn't downgrade Stephanie Nick Khan's CEOs. I agree. We'll see. All we can do is wait now. This is the waiting game, and we'll stay tuned. Guys, what you can do is this. Hit that notification bell. And if you guys are my friends on social media, send me a message if you hear anything. Not everything. Anything important, okay? Tantalizing Tony across the board. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Tantalizing Tony. Very simple. I'm just saying, Kira Smith, I said something. Yeah, you said the same thing, guys. Thanks. Hunter and Kira said it, but thank you both. Guys, I'm going to get out of here and eat my breakfast. I want to thank you for jumping on and watching, guys. I hope I get you some news. If maybe I was the first person you heard it from, that's why I'm here. I know I'm not Woke Culture or those other guys. And I'm not Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful. I'm just little Tantalizing Tony trying to make this wrestling world a better place and give you guys some content. Thanks for watching, guys. Hug your family members because you're not promised tomorrow. Pray to God, because if you don't pray, you won't make it today. You got to pray. You got to pray to make it today. You have to. And as always, thank you for watching, and do what I do best, and you all do best, and that's what? You'll type after I leave. Stay tantalizing. Thanks, Kira. I love you.